Did Derek Lunsford deserve to win the 2025 Mr. Olympia in Las Vegas, Nevada? You're damn right he did. I was there. Front row mezzanine. I mean, it wasn't like really close to the stage, but with my phone and the Zoom and all that, I was saying to myself, I was saying to the Lord Almighty, Jesus Christ, please let Derek win. If you're thinking about coming back to Earth in 2025, make it 2026. Let Derek win. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Strength Addicts on all social media platforms, powered by anabolicsteroidforums.com. Check them out today. Sign on, talk about it, talk about your weight loss journey, talk about getting jacked, talk about it all at anabolicsteroidforums.com. Also, check out musclegels.com, musclegelz.com. Say it, don't spray it, for all of your goals, whatever those goals may be. Maybe you want to get hard muscle. Maybe you just want to get hard. I don't know, whatever. Just go on over there and check them out today. Was Hadi Choopan, the Persian Wolf, robbed? He looked damn good. He was totally peeled, ripped, posed hard. We're going to talk about somebody that should have posed hard but didn't. You'd think at the Mr. Olympia they would, but, I guess he didn't get the memo. But, Samson, as, Tyler Manion, he hit the nail on the head. He came into condition and he lost his size. I think that Bob Ciccarello, Sugar Sean Ray, Dave Palumbo, a lot of people said it. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't change anything at this point. But I think that in the back of Samson's head, he couldn't play down the fact that Derek Lunsford kicked his ass in Columbus, Ohio. And I think maybe he was thinking I don't know what he was thinking. There's also talk about maybe that he needs to have himself a real coach. Again, I'm not looking to knock his wife or say that his wife's not a good coach. But look, the reality of the matter is he got his ass handed to him in Columbus, Ohio as a reigning Mr. Olympia. And the same guy that beat his ass in Columbus beat his ass in Vegas. So there's something not right there. Mr. Olympias do not lose at the Arnold Classic or any other show, and then don't lose again to the very guy that beat them to begin with at the second largest bodybuilding show in the world. Look, first and foremost, Samson's an idiot. I'm sorry to say this because I like what he's done with the title. I like the fact that he toured the world. He did a lot of guest posing appearances. He was at a lot of expos. He's very active on social media. I like all those things. But at the end of the day, you got to be a little stupid when you just won the Olympia to then go to the second biggest bodybuilding show in the world. Maybe he thought that, he could make, some money. And look, I get it. You want to put more money in your pocket for your family, for your livelihood, for your future. I get it. But look at Ronnie Coleman. He won the Olympia in 98. He won the Olympia in 99. He won the Olympia in 2000. Stop right there. Competes at the Arnold Classic after 3 years of winning the Olympia. Not one Olympia, but 3 Olympias. Decides he's going to throw his hat into the Arnold Classic in 2001. Okay? And he wins that. But he loses the Olympia on paper in the prejudging to Jay Cutler. And then in the final somehow is able to retain the title. But he basically got his ass handed to him by Jay Cutler. Why? Because he peaked twice. He didn't peak twice in 98. He didn't peak twice in 99. He didn't peak, well, he might have in 98, but he certainly did it in 99. He certainly did it in 2000, but he did in 2001. And where did he peak that second time? At the biggest show in bodybuilding. The second biggest show in bodybuilding, the Arnold Classic. Almost lost his Olympia title. But Ronnie not being too smart, then goes in 2002 and throws his hat into the GNC Show of Strength where Gunther Schlurkamp beat his ass. And he just could never play that down. But after that, he never did a second show again. He didn't learn from 2001, but he learned in 2002. Now, Samson, I really don't know what Samson was thinking because, it wasn't like 2009 when Dexter Jackson won the Arnold Classic and went on to win the Mr. Olympia, beating Jay Cutler, because he had already done the Arnold first and then went and did the Olympia. But who in their right mind wins an Olympia and then goes like 2-3 months later to the Arnold Classic? It's just foolish. But in any event, I'm hoping that Samson does something, gets a different coach, comes in with a better game plan. I don't know. But he was off. And Andrew Jack was very much on. And earlier I talked about posing hard and whatnot. Andrew Jack, in my opinion, did himself a major disservice. He was clowning around to the point that Big Steve had to remind him. I mean, that's just embarrassing, I think, for an Olympian, a top 4 Olympian, because he had already been in this top 4 numerous times. I mean, for the mandatories, for the first confirmation, second confirmation, third confirmation, they compared these guys, like they moved them around. I mean, the judges were really had their work cut out for them, and they said so. And they even asked the guys, can you go again? Can you go again? But there's Andrew acting like a complete imbecile, like a clown, like crossing the line, not posing on time, trying to get the accolades from the audience, and the judges weren't having it. The judges weren't having it. Now, he moved ahead of Samson, who was posing his heart out. But I think that if Andrew, instead of acting like an imbecile, instead of acting like a clown, because I understand, like, he was not expecting this outcome. He was not expecting to be in the top 4. With all the talk of Nick Walker, with Martin, killing it on the contest circuit. You had guys that were supposed to do something like Beirut. So much hype for Beirut. Poor guy gets a visa at the 11th hour, shows up at the Olympia and looks like a pile of shit. But the bottom line, though, and then he had Brandon Curry over there. They did a big thing, huge missed opportunity at the press conference. They should have put Nick Walker and Derek Lunsford there, created some kind of friction, but they didn't do that. They brought the 4 Olympians out, the 4 Mr. Olympians out, Brandon Curry, Samson Dowda, Hadi Choopan, and Derek Lunsford. And so you got to think that Andrew was thinking, Brandon Curry has made a lot of improvements. William Bonac also, like, really, really good. So he was probably surprised that he was in the top 4. And I get it. He was really happy and he was enjoying it and he wanted to make some memories. The problem is that he was acting like half a clown, pissed off the judges, clearly pissed off Big Steve. And I just think to myself, if he hadn't have done all that and instead had posed hard and showed the physique, the beautiful physique that he has, that's so much better than the 2 ankle biters, Derek and Hadi, and clearly better than Samson. I'm not saying that he would have won this Olympia, but could you imagine if maybe he would have taken second place? Because I totally think he could have. But I think that he managed to piss off the judges, and there's no way in hell they were going to move him ahead of Hadi. I mean, they moved him ahead of Samson because, Samson looked like a pile of shit. But the thing is, he really did. He wasn't off. He was very much conditioned, and you can't blame him for that. But why would you try to reinvent yourself? You're the defending Mr. Olympia. He should have brought the same package that he brought last year, maybe tweaked it a little bit better, but he just lost so much size that, these ankle biters look so much bigger than him because, again, they're vertically challenged, but they've got the size, the width, and he just couldn't hold a candle to those guys. So, again, it was a good Olympia. It was a great Olympia. I'm happy that Derek won. Does he have a perfect physique? No. He tore his pecs. His biceps clearly could use some work. But it's not a biceps competition. It's not a chest competition. It's a bodybuilding competition. And when you add up the poses, in my opinion, I know Sugar Sean Ray and other people say that Hadi should have won. In my opinion, the judges got it right. But what say you? As always, thanks for watching Strength Addicts on all social media platforms. I hope that you have hit the thumbs up and rung the bell for notifications, subscribed, and left a comment down below. But I think the judges got it right. I was openly, actively praying out loud, Jesus, please, Allah, David, whoever wrote the Bhagavad Gita, Anton LaVey, whatever, please, Derek Lunsford's got to win this, and he did.